Welcome back to Rock Your Best Vocals. Jim here, professional singer for over 30 years, professional vocal coach for over 20 years. We're going to talk about larynx position or laryngeal position today. I get a lot of questions about this. People are always like, what to do with your larynx? Should it be low? Should it be high? Blah, 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 whatever. I don't really try to think about my larynx too much. I used to, but we're going to talk about the larynx. So we're going to think about the placement of larynx right now. When I was retraining my voice, once I started to kind of understand the importance of the air, the next was the sound. So what the sound that was coming out when I was singing, I think I would sing generally with a higher larynx a lot of times. So we're going to go through something right now. What we're going to do is we're going to try and be conscious of our larynx. So you know the little thing that, your Adam's apple, right? The thing that's going up and down, right? When you swallow, it goes up. When you yawn, it goes down. So if you take a really deep yawn, you'll feel that go down. So what we're going to do, just for fun, is we're going to try to hit a really high note. And I'm not going to get the piano out and try to figure out I'm just going to try and hit the highest note that I can with a low larynx. I'm going to try and keep the larynx low. I'm not going to force it down. I'm not trying to force it physically with my finger, and I'm not trying to physically force it down. I'm just trying to kind of keep it down in that position. Now, once you become conscious of your laryngeal position, it will benefit your voice in many ways, and I'll talk about that in a second. But let's just take your finger, gently put it on your larynx, your Adam's apple, and when you yawn, it goes far down, and we're just going to hit a note. That's not very high. We're going to climb up. I'm trying to just be conscious to keep it down. You will probably it'll start to climb its way up. Don't try to force it down or anything like that. Just try to hold it down in that position of it's going to sound really operatic, okay? So for those people out there that are like, okay, oh, this sounds really opera and it sounds terrible. If you're not trying to sing like opera or whatever, but, just go with it. Don't worry about the sound of, whether it's opera or not. It's going to sound dark, deep, and dark. That's the low larynx position. You'll find if you take a deep breath in, like you're yawning, like a gasp, you'll find that you'll be able to kind of hold it down a little bit easier. So if you get in that gasp position and kind of try to freeze there. So mine's creeping up. It's really creeping up there. So that's probably topped out, but so it's creeping up there, but as I was kind of ascending up in there, but the more you can work with this, you may not have gotten, up to as high, you may be getting higher than I am. The purpose is not to try and always sing with a low larynx, but it's just a good practice to be conscious of where your larynx is. Singing rock and pop, your larynx will float up and down. I wouldn't be too concerned about whether or not it's going up and down, but if you start with that position and mine's going up, doesn't matter, but starting to try and feel this deep yawn. See, if I go like that and brighten it up, there's part of what I'm doing there with this. It's moving up as I'm kind of constricting there. The constriction happens, okay, if you stick your tongue out. So you try to stick your tongue out and keep your larynx low. Won't happen. When you stick your tongue out, larynx shoots up, right? Yeah. It's just connected, right? That's like when you swallow. When you swallow, larynx shoots up. When you yawn deeply, larynx goes really far down. Ah, 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 ah. See, when I'm trying to add a little bit of constriction in there to sing, like kind of get some brightness in there, like some twang, some ring, something that you would sing like rock and pop or something like that with. It's going to have that. See that girl, girl, that's the kind of pop sound, rock, who's going to have that in there. Holy diver, you've been down too long in the midnight sea. Oh, what's becoming of me? That's in there. That constriction is in there. So we need that for the rock and pop. But this is a good practice. See how high you can go. Just slowly take it up. So right around there, mine starts to creep up. But being in that position, that open gasping position, is really good for singing. The other benefit of that low laryngeal position is it tilts the larynx forward and stretches the vocal folds. So your vocal folds run front to back. And when you yawn really deeply, if you put your hands just gently on either side of your larynx and yawn really deeply, you'll feel that all go really down far and then tilt slightly forward. And you can probably hear it in my voice. Like if I'm just talking like this, and then when I you can hear there's more of a buzz because I'm tilting the larynx, stretches the vocal folds just that little bit more. So if you really work on that feeling of trying to tilt your larynx forward, it feels really weird, like in your neck, and people will say like, okay, neck tension, blah, 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 you have a problem with it. Okay, so that I don't really feel like that's a problem with my singing. Like if you feel like neck tension is causing you a problem, and then, and this causes you discomfort, then don't do it. But if you don't, and you feel like there's some benefit to the sound, you can hear that the buzz that's not there if I don't stretch them out a little bit more. So play around with that. Don't worry too much about where your larynx is, but this is just a fun exercise to try to hold your larynx down in that deep yawn position. I hope this video has helped you. You've enjoyed playing around with your laryngeal position. And if you want to work with me closer, there's a link down below. You can work with me on Patreon, or you can click the link down below for private lessons, or click like and subscribe if you're really cool and you just want to help the channel out. That helps me out a great deal, and it costs you absolutely nothing. So I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks for watching Rock Your Best Vocals, where your best keeps getting better.